This winter storm has been absolutely devastating to many people that I know personally and on social media. It's been insane. The overall attitude that I've seen is very, very, very strong and deep amounts of dissatisfaction and frustration, especially with local utility companies that have been turning things off and rolling blackouts or altogether just losing power entirely. In this video, I want to take some time to share with you the things that I have learned throughout my life that have helped me through difficult situations like this, and also share a personal thing that happened with this storm for me, and finally, how I would handle it if I were in the shoes of those that are losing quite a bit. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody out there on YouTube, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, and I hope you're doing well. If you're new here and you haven't already, please take a second to bless that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right next to it so you do not miss my weekly video uploads, as well as my weekly live streams on Thursdays, where I stream for at least an hour and just chat with you guys. There's literally no other purpose to it. I also wanted to mention real briefly that I have had a few people order some merch already. If you're one of those people, huge shout out to the homies. I really appreciate y'all jumping on that already. If you haven't copped any of the merch that is helping me get out of debt, it is the limited time merch for that purpose. You can check the video description below. There's hoodies, there's t-shirts, there's tank tops. And yeah, they're all very helpful in supporting me in that journey. I do want to start off with a quick disclaimer and just let you know that if you're one of these folks that are losing power for extended periods of time, or you know some folks who have died literally just by trying to stay warm, or you've been tragically impacted by this storm, I'm not asympathetic to you. I want you to know that, because some of the things I'm going to share in this video may come across as though I don't care about you. I do. My heart breaks for those that have lost their lives. My heart breaks genuinely for those that are sitting in their homes, the one place where you should feel comfort and enjoyment, and you're literally able to see your own breath and your pipes are freezing. I get it. I have been there. I have gone through that. It is a miserable time, and I don't wish it even on my enemies. With that said, one of the many things that I have learned as a Christian is this concept of maintaining an attitude of gratitude. It sounds cheesy, and it kind of is, but it's a very powerful thing. If you go through your entire life choosing to find things to be grateful for, instead of choosing to find the things to be frustrated over or dissatisfied in, I promise you your life will be much smoother. You will find yourself being more and more content in all circumstances. And I know I threw out there that I am a Christian, and that may throw some of you off, but that is the biggest, that's the focus of my entire life. And that is where I have personally found the basis for this knowledge. It's a very radical lifestyle as well. I mean, it's throughout my life, as I have been this person who chooses to look at the things that I can be grateful for, I have been looked at very strangely, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's a normal occurrence for me on a day-to-day basis. But more so than even just the normal stuff, people look at me like, how can you be grateful? How can you actually be happy when you have a twin-size mattress that's literally sitting on the floor of your apartment, and you have a laptop when you went from like a $8,000 computer setup to a laptop, a ring light, and a camera? How do you maintain that attitude of gratitude? You're insane. Well, yes, I am. That's probably true. One of the biggest inspirations I've personally had for this lifestyle, and this is a huge, huge, huge thing, was a story I heard of a lady whose house had literally burned to the ground. This was while I was serving at a church. The pastor of that church was sharing this story. He responded over to this lady's house, whose house had literally just burned to the ground. I don't know what caused the fire, but that's not the point. When he arrived, the lady was sitting in her lawn chair that was not burned, with a stick that she had found in the yard and marshmallows. She was roasting marshmallows over the smoldering portions of her house that had just burnt down. What? I mean, talk about something radical. That makes me look like I'm fine. Literally everything's great. I guess it's all a matter of perspective, right? When he asked her why she was just literally roasting marshmallows over her house that had just burned down, the lady looked at him and said, well, I'm going to choose to be grateful for this. This is an opportunity to restart, reset, and to move forward. God still got me, and I trust him wholeheartedly. First of all, radical faith. Holy crap. I mean, that's insane, right? Second of all, she literally just said, well, here's what I can see that's positive from this. And it's like, wow, I mean, you literally just lost everything you've ever built in your life, and you're choosing to look at the positive. That's insane. Now I want to share the personal thing that happened for me because of this storm. I live in southeastern Missouri. Am I in southeastern Missouri? I think that's where Springfield is. Shows how geographically knowledgeable I am. Either way, I am not in, like, for instance, Texas, who has been devastated tremendously by this. The thing that I've experienced personally is I went on a date for Valentine's Day with my girlfriend, and when we got back to her house where she lives with her parents, I couldn't leave that night because the roads had gotten that bad that quickly. And you have to keep in mind, my girlfriend and I have only been dating for a couple of months, and her parents said, well, why don't you stay over? Now for me, I'm super grateful, first of all, because I mean, what's my other option? Sleep in my car in their driveway, right? But I was also a little frustrated because I was like, man, I have so many things I'm trying to do right now. I can't do all these while I'm here. Like, I've got a photography business I want to start before the end of the year. I'm trying to learn how to use the video editing software that I'm using right now called DaVinci Resolve, even better than I know how to use it presently. And I'm like, I can't do any of that while I'm here. I don't have any of my stuff for that. I don't have my own space for that. This is really frustrating. That was my initial thought. But then I really looked at it and went, wow, my girlfriend's family, who have only known me for a couple of months, have enough respect and kindness towards me to just say, yeah, there's an extra bed. Why don't you go ahead and crash here tonight and enjoy that evening with them? Why not choose to be present in the moment? And when I chose to do that, I found that I created so many incredible memories in what turned out to actually be 2 nights because of the weather that I stayed with them. I created so many incredible memories with them, and they created memories with me that I will treasure very likely for the rest of my life. I want to encourage those of you that are going through this storm and going through storms in life in general, and you're watching this right now, to intentionally look for the things that you can be grateful for in the midst of it, because I promise you, in doing that, you'll be able to look back at this season, and instead of looking at it with bitterness, you'll be able to look at it with complete and total peace and contentment, way more so than if you choose to be bitter. Listen, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in some way and educational in this respect that maybe you could learn to find some more gratitude in your life, man, bless that like button. But man, if you're real discontent with this video, ironically, condemn it to the dislike button. I promise you, I will still love you. I forgive you wholeheartedly. Until next video, this is Bearden for Hope, signing off.